Greetings and welcome to another fabulous episode of the Planetary Persuader. I am KozMcKev, your host. This is for the weekend beginning Friday, July 19th, 2019. Now, looking at the sky today, we would see the moon in the constellation of Aquarius. And the part of Aquarius that the moon is in is the lunar mansion or nakshatra known as Dynista. Dynista is ruled by Mars, and Dynista has a lot to do with music. It could be Shiva's drum or the flute of Krishna, anything that requires air or even another instrument to be accompanied. And because it's ruled by Mars, sometimes there's like a lonelier existence, but it creates good leadership and makes good teachers. And so that's a real brief description of the nakshatra of Dynista. And so here we are in terms of Western astrology. We've got an Aquarius moon going into Pisces today at 2:19 p.m. There's really no aspects today. I mean, we've got Mercury is retrograde, and it just went into Cancer early this morning, like a little bit after midnight. So I guess from these bold and perhaps more arrogant thoughts, we're like thinking, I want my mommy. I want to be with family and at home, and I'm really wanting to get back into my emotionally nurturing state. And where does it really get to be emotionally nurturing? Well, I mean, it's we want moksha, we want liberation. I mean, in the Vedic thing, it's in Cancer the whole time, in the sidereal zodiac, this retrograde Mercury. So we'll be having fun, we're going to be having fun this week. So here we go, sign by sign. Here comes your forecast. Thank you for surviving the two eclipses. We're out of the eclipse portal, so that's sort of sweet. And on with it. So greetings, Aries. Welcome to your horoscope. So we've got Mars in your fifth house in Leo. So there's a lot of drive to do things creative, to have more travel, more physical expression in your life, physical things like dancing, acting. That's going to make a difference. If you have male children, they're going to be more on your mind right now this week. And so the sun is moving out of Cancer into Leo on Monday evening, kind of close to sundown at 7:51 p.m. So we're going to be less attached to home and just our own personal happiness, and we're going to get out there a little more. We're going to indulge in creative expression, indulge in teaching and opinions and being with our kids and other ways, parties for the family reunion, those type of things. That's going to be more important this week as well. And there's a big interface still with Saturn, Pluto, and the South Node between, and where the Sun's been, and Venus and the North Node, and now Mercury's coming back into that mix. And so, I think it's just patience, just keep everything chill. You don't have to go and make any new plans, Oh. Hello, Aries. Taurus. Hello, Taurus. Welcome to your horoscope. Okay, so Venus is in Cancer. It seems to be happy there. It seems to like it. And so this is the last full-on week of Venus in Cancer, because a week from Saturday she's going to go into Leo. So here it's like finding comfort. We want to find comfort with our siblings. We want to find comfort with our friends. And the sun is moving out of our third house of neighbors and siblings and friends and communication to the fourth house of memories and happiness and our mothers and parents and ancestors and fixed assets. So those are things that are going to be more important as the week moves on. Now Uranus is in the first house. It's 6 degrees, so that would be like if you're a Taurus born, say, April 26th, 27th, there's a lot of turbulence, unexpected things coming up, and so having to adjust to those in appropriate ways. And also just Earth consciousness in general. I mean, there were a couple of earthquakes, several in the eclipse portal, and there's a lot to consider, whether you're talking about Southeast California or Indonesia, things got a little bit shaky there. And your whole thing is learning how to work with limitations, learning how to turn limits into something that could bring good fortune and advantage to you. And, and I mean, that doesn't mean like jacking up the price of things when there's a crisis. There's some people that use that crisis as an opportunity for them to get their swagger on with potential. And I mean, I guess if you really need it, I understand, especially with medical bills and educational expenses. It's a dangerous place to live. This country is dangerous unless you have a lot of money. And so, Jupiter's in the 8th house. It's retrograde. It's like, it's like if there was a dispute between an inheritance with you and a sibling or your father or something, it gets a little weird out there, That's all I can say. But trust your spiritual knowledge, trust going to a higher place, do the right thing. Well, greetings, Gemini, and welcome to your horoscope. So, you've been dealing mostly with the material realm and family and finding your voice. And it's like just before Mercury retrograde, your voice got away from you, and now it's coming back again. I mean, in a lot of ways, I don't think of this Mercury retrograde as that bad. It's just like Mercury slows down. That's what happens in a retrograde. It gets closer to Earth. And, when it gets closer to Earth, it says think, because this is a planet about thinking. This is a planet about consciousness. And how can we be more conscious? How can we integrate the spiritual world with the practical world? That's the real Mercury question. And that's what we want to focus on right now. And so thinking about it going from Leo to Cancer in the Western zodiac, it's kind of like, going from the father to the mother, and both positions are important. We honor the moon, and we should honor our fathers as well. And it's also like kind of like our career and boss world versus our home life. And so now we're going back to home life. This is like going to inspire staycations. I've kind of done that a little bit. It's like, I don't know if I want to go anywhere. I'm not feeling it, kind of thing. So anyhow, relationship-wise, things should be opening up really nicely. We've got, ego, harsh stuff on the psychic field. And I definitely wouldn't do any black magic or anything. I mean, the real magic is helping out poor people and those less fortunate than you. And that'll uplift your karma. And the weekend looks good for water sports, getting out there. Also, it's good for a career. You might see some things that inspire you career-wise. Well, hello, Cancer, and welcome to your horoscope. I mean, all in all, it's a good weekend. I mean, this is a great weekend for travel. I can see a lot of people do take vacations in the Northern Hemisphere this time of year. And so I can see a lot of Cancers traveling, you're meeting people, you're feeling good, You're having a good time, and Venus is in Cancer, so it's like you look lovely, people want you. North Node's in Cancer, so there's kind of a popular cultural desire for what you have in some ways. You might be famous right now. This could be your 5 minutes of fame could happen this week. And then the sun moves into your second house, so there's going to be a little bit more of a focus on family, on your voice, on money and manifesting. So, Cancers are about to manifest. They're about to do a little better. And who doesn't like to do better, right? So, yeah, I like to do better. And, career stuff will be popping. And anyhow, greetings, Leo, and welcome to your horoscope. So what do we have for you today? Well, it's like this. Mars is in the first house. So you have a lot of drive, you have a lot of ambition, you're wanting to take care of things. And the sun's been in your 12th house, so there's been just kind of like unconscious karmic crud you've had to sort of wade through. And now sun's about to go in the first house on Monday evening. And so, come Tuesday, you wake up feeling really empowered, like, yeah, I got it going on here. I'm celebrating Selassei's birthday, and I'm doing it in full-on glory. Or it's KozMcKev's grandpa's birthday. I never knew him, but he was a generous guy, and that's all I know. And so you're still dealing with a lot of karma, and Mercury's out of your first house, so you're not as conscious right now, and so there is kind of like this sleepy time, drunken kind of world of lack of consciousness or distractions, in general. You don't have to be a drinker or a drug user, but, pay attention to your dreams, maybe keep a little dream journal, pay attention to your karma, because that's what really counts right now. And you're about to move forward, and you're about to be the flavor of the month, so, no worries there. It's just like, you're dealing with stuff, and that stuff can lead to rough things if you're not conscious. So going out in nature, spending more time at a temple, church, some kind of spiritual place that's uplifting, not one of those ones that hates people that have a different swagger or something. That's no good. That should not be about what it's about. But I don't know what to tell you, but greetings, Virgo, and welcome to your horoscope. So, so you've had this really nice kind of social experience, getting together with people, or not. You might have felt threatened or held back in some way. Like there was like some kind of shadow world that made you a little shyer, and so your full-on glory as a Virgo may not have been seen, and plus we've got Mercury retrograde. Yeah, I know about that. Yeah, okay. Well, Mercury gets a little better though, because it's going into your 11th house, and so it's kind of like your brilliant light is returning. So there's this brilliance about you, and we want to see that. We want to celebrate that brilliance. We want to support that brilliance. We want to get you to a place where other people are appreciating it, and this can happen even during Mercury retrograde at this time. Now as the sun's going into Leo, now that's your 12th house, so that's kind of the house of loss and sometimes more unconscious behavior, and you're having to deal with karma. You're having to pay the piper, so to speak. So, and some of the karma is good. It's not all bad. You still have a lot of social support and friends helping you, so I wouldn't be too worried. Mars eventually is going to be in your first house in several weeks, and so you're going to get back on the page. You know what I'm saying? Right now, your strength is to be found with family and with attending to your goals and just patiently working on the things that are keeping you from being that great performer, that great teacher, that great parent. That person that you want to be, that adventurer. that artist. So keep working on those things. Transform self-perception. Transform your perception of your children. Actually, the weekend looks kind of romantic. I know. I know. Even Virgos. We're not all prudes. Oh boy. Okay. Well, hello Libra. Welcome to your horoscope. So you've had all this career responsibility. You still do. That hasn't really changed much. You're getting better ideas how to do things at work. I think it's like you learned from some mistakes that happened last week, and now you're about to implement some better ideas and implement a little bit better policy right now. So that's comforting, if anything. Your social life is about to get a lot more activated. So you're going to have this activated social life, and that's going to be fun. I think of it as like sports and hiking and adventures and doing things with friends, doing things in groups or even with your family. That's going to be more rewarding. And just enjoying all your relationships. I mean, there might be some difficulties with older parents and your home life, or dealing with car problems or house problems, but otherwise this is a good week for working, for dealing with obstacles on the weekend, and once the week starts, you'll be ready for romance. You'll be ready for a good time again. It's, things are about to improve for the better once more. I know it's easy for me to say. I get that. Yeah, but no, I'm serious though. They are. You're gonna have a good Monday and Tuesday, and hopefully that'll carry you through the rest of the week. Well. Greetings, Scorpio, and welcome to your horoscope. Okay, so, for my Scorpio, well, this is the deal. Kindness. May your words be motivated by kindness. May your relationship with your family reflect a kindness and a positive type of expansion. And let's see, Mars is in the midheaven, and so actually you're looking better as far as a candidate for work. So if you're a Scorpio that's looking to get your career going, this is a good time for you. This is a time where your abilities are going to be seen, and even your executive side is going to be more pronounced, and so things are actually becoming more positive. And you're doing a lot of studying foreign cultures, spiritual things, information about your father you didn't have before, both positive and negative. And relationship wise, things seem like they're kind of unpredictable, and you're really not so sure. It's like you have desire, but you're at a point now in your life you're seeing like, well, there could be danger. This person could be dangerous to me. And I mean, I especially say this to you men. It's like we're taught like we're bulletproof, but you get hooked up with the wrong gal, it can be the Kali Yuga. It can be pretty harsh. And so just respecting yourself and realizing that you're a good being, worthy of good people. And that's something to consider. And the weekend looks fun. I like being a Scorpio this weekend because it's going to be a good time. And that's what I'm going to say. It's going to be creative and imaginative and emotionally sensitive, and we're all going to feel good and live to tell about it. Good time with your children if you have children. Well, hello Sagittarius, and welcome to your horoscope. So, for Sagittarius, you've been through a fairly deep time, I'd say, where a lot of things weren't in your control. And, you just took the good with the bad. Maybe more introspective. Maybe you needed other people's help. Maybe you did great. And manifested some money somehow. Let's see, what else? So the weekend is really about taking care of home projects, taking care of parents, taking care of older adults. Jupiter's still retrograde in the first house. And, one thing I was thinking about is, Jupiter retrograde, it can almost feel like our prayers are not being answered. Like this is hard, and it's like, sometimes no is a good answer. I really like to be positive, and I like yeses a lot. And I think that's how you are too. And, you've been through a lot lately. And I mean, a great adventure is about to take place. Travel is going to be easier once we get into Tuesday. And I mean, granted, Mercury still is retrograde. And it's moving in your 8th house. But it's just like, if you can wait in traffic, if you can relax during detours or unexpected natural occurrences. I saw that big flood in D.C. yesterday. I was like, or a couple days ago, several days ago at this point, while you're watching this. I was like, oh my gosh. There is, you have to be ready for anything. And, we might be having some after effects of the last 2 eclipses too. But, the change is real, and it's going to come, and there's not much we can do about it. Well, hello, Capricorn. Welcome to your horoscope. And it's all your fault. Oh, every now and then I have to say something like that. That's just out of character. I don't know why. No, it's not your fault. I mean, so Saturn's been on this journey in Capricorn. And it's where we get real about our limits, and it's where we have to climb the big mountain. That's what I say. Because climbing big mountains is hard work. Don't leave your trash when you go on nice mountains, people. Don't, I don't know what this whole trash leaving thing is all about, just, pack it up, leave it nicer than when you came to it. That's the deal. That makes good karma for you. So, there's been this juxtaposition with the nodes in your sign, south node, so what your subconscious, past life trauma, Pluto's there too. It's like they're really dictating a lot in your life. So and part of you is like, God, I really want to go on that spiritual path. I want to do the right thing. I'm so tired of this stuff. And relationship-wise, people you're in a relationship with, oh, we've got these great plans right now. I bet you're excited to, like, oh my gosh, you got great plans. Wonderful. I think everything's unpredictable. I mean, how can you make great plans when things are like this? And you're going through a lot of personal transformation, and that's going to be the theme. And you're going to be probably impatient for it to be over with. And best thing to do is just take it one step at a time, slow down, look at things, write down on a list what's necessary, what's most important, and take care of those things first. Yeah. And, reward yourself. Be gentle with yourself. When you do something right, just say, well, thank you. Thank yourself. And then move forward in a good way. That's always fun, So, anyhow, let's turn it over to Aquarius. Okay, so greetings, Aquarius. Welcome to your horoscope. Hopefully no horrors. Well, what I'm seeing here for you is we've got Jupiter still, even though it's retrograde, it's in the 11th house. So just keep on checking in on your friends, Just keep checking in on them. The sun's going to move into Leo, so that's your 7th house. Mars is already there. So it's kind of like negotiating, open enemies, people that are opponents to you, they might show up. But there's also a greater chance of like romance and negotiating and making agreements. And isn't it better I find when people have difficulties with you and they're honest and open and says, look, I'm going to leave you, I'm going to do this, this is not happening, that's a lot better than just like all of a sudden accumulating it and saying, well, look, I got to let you know there's absolutely no hope for us at all. And I've been planning on leaving you for months now. And, you know, there's people like that. And they can be good for most of the time in every other way, but they're like, they have a hidden agenda. And so I think for you, it's just you're a fairly open person. You're not like somebody with a lot of hidden agendas. And you've been working really hard. You might have had some health issues in the last week, or, you know, or hurt yourself a little bit somehow. And you're kind of emerging, you know. And so you're in this emergence to do a little better. And moon's in your sign today, but, you know, till late afternoon. And it'll be in the second house. So this is a good weekend for making money, you know. I mean, definitely remember those Grateful Dead shows where I'd bring a couple cases of Sierra Nevada with me, and, you know, I'd make some money. It was fun. That was a long time ago. There's a statute of limitations. It wasn't that much. I wasn't that aggressive. Of course, there's, you know, there's a parking lot police and whatnot. So you always got to be careful about that. Okay. Well, here we go. I don't do that anymore. Greetings, Pisces. Welcome to your horoscope. So, you know, this is where we're winding things up now. You've got a good vision. You know, you've got a spiritual vision. You want things to be better. You've got the moon in your first house this weekend. So, I mean, you know, Saturday and Sunday are looking up for Pisces, right? It's looking good. And it's kind of like water moon on a water sign. I imagine Sunday is going to be phenomenal. Well, we'll have this phenomenal Sunday. And, you know, and then on Monday morning, reality hits, and by, you know, with the Aries moon, and, you know, you can make some money, and then, you know, the sun goes into Leo, so it's not so much all that emotional, touchy-feely wonderfulness that you felt in Cancer time. It's like, oh, you got to do some work. We've got great expectations for you, and now it's time for you to roll up your sleeves and do some hard work, and you're ready for it. You know, I mean, Mars moving through the sixth house, it's like this is a time for you to get in better shape. So whether it be swimming or hiking or bicycling or whatever it is you like to do, yoga, dancing, all of it is good. All of it is going to take you places you want to go, and that you'll do better than ever. And just be sensitive that you're a gift for the world right now. You have special gifts to share with people. And speaking of sharing, this is the end of the horoscope for this week, and